Beautiful. Welcome, everybody. So nice to see you. It's Christmas time, and that means if you on the 21st of December and you come to an event like this, you're a serious business person. So you are like the creme de la creme because only serious business people are around now. So I'm a serious business people, so you are. So it's really going to be cool for you guys to meet some good people today. So wonderful to be here. So I'm going to just kick off. Most of you know who I am already. I know there's a few new people who haven't met me yet. I'm less important than Cherie. Cherie's our MD partner, and she's a superwoman as far as my most trusted goes. The other superwoman, should we call her supergirl, is Gemma, who unfortunately is very ill, so she couldn't be here today. It's Cherie's daughter. Some of you know Gemma. She's our international brand ambassador. She does a lot of training on My Most Trusted, and some of you would have done training with her. So shout out to Gemma. Hope you get well soon, Gem. Cherie, why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Well, I think you did such a sterling job, and the most important one is being a mother to the fabulous Gemma that some of you have met. And then, of course, I'm MD of My Most Trusted, and I've been working with Scotty for sure, nearly 15 years. And I must say, this is the most excited I've been with what we're busy offering now with My Most Trusted. It's absolutely awesome. Looking forward to what we're going to share with you today. So happy Christmas, happy festivities, good New Year soon. So all good stuff happening.
Yeah, thanks, Cherie. It's really great. Yeah, some big exciting things next year. So the purpose of these get-togethers, it's sort of semi-formal. That doesn't mean you have to dress semi-formal, as Dave will attest to. Thanks for combing your head, Dave. Appreciate it, man. No, as you can hear, it's casual, it's fun. We'll get to know each other. We will open a little breakout room just now for those who want to do a little bit of networking just to meet each other. Because for those who've just joined us, let's face it, people. If you're willing to have a meeting now at this time of year, you're a serious business owner, and it's great. So thank you all for being here. It's an absolute pleasure. So we're also going to open a business breakout room that Cherie's going to take for brand new people. So can you just quickly type in the chat that yes, if you are a current user and you know My Most Trusted relatively well, and no, if you are a new user and you don't know about My Most Trusted yet, just to get a little idea of it. Cherie Mills, you're a yes. Yes, she definitely is. Okay, so we've got a couple of no's. So Cherie will just keep an eye on this. So we've got a couple of no's. Newbie, Nathan. Yeah, there we go. Nigel, pretty new. Yeah, Nigel, getting to it. Yeah, there's a few people like Emil not knowing it that well, but are getting there. So, okay, so that's great. So if you're a new user, I'm going to open a breakout room and you're going to be in the wonderful hands of Cherie. Cherie is going to take you through My Most Trusted, just get you installed, get the basics. Before we do that, though, there's one or two things I want to cover. And the first one is Match Me. So I have been blown away by having a couple of conversations with some users that have been using My Most Trusted for months, if not years, who haven't got Match Me started yet. And so just quickly put in the chat, if you are not using Match Me, just say not using Match Me in the chat or not using Match Me yet. Tracy, yes, Tracy, we got to get you going so Tracy, just for Tracy and Dave, they're going to be using a white labeled version of My Most Trusted. And this is one of the things I wanted to mention today. If you belong to a business networking group or business club, please introduce me to the owners, leaders, founders. Colleen Chesley's here from the incredible Leadership Global. They've been an amazing partner for us for ages. That's a wonderful, wonderful organization. So, I definitely recommend, Colleen, you popping that into the chat as well. So for those of you who want to find out about Leadership Global, put that in the chat. Tracy, if I'm not mistaken, you also... forgive me if the names are eluding us, but Tracy, if you're running a networking group, please just let us know in the chat because there's some wonderful networking groups. My Most Trusted supports people who bring human beings together in business. I don't know if you know this, but Cherie will testify this. There's a 7-minute video of Elon Musk, right? Talking about a currency trading platform and how good and how great it is. It's all fake. It's been going around, especially around South Africa. I think it's been going around the world. It's a completely fake video. It's so real, you can hardly tell the difference. We're getting to the point now where you can't trust anything or anyone that reaches out to you cold. And that is one of the reasons why we're building My Most Trusted, which is your chance to create a small, intimate mini version of LinkedIn where it's all private and everybody knows each other. It's all real people. and you can meet people by way of an introduction. So that's if you have a networking group, you belong to a networking group, we want to support your group. We want to work with you guys. We want to support those people who bring businesses together. Okay, so now Match Me. Match Me is the most, oh, it's our flagship what can I say? The flagship feature. What it basically does is you type in who you want to meet, and it goes out and finds people within your trusted connections, and then helps you get an introduction to them. It's phenomenal. Now, what's coming new for those people who started using MatchMe already, what's going to be happening? Now, this is one of the most exciting things we're looking forward to launching in Q1 next year. We're all on a Zoom room, right? Just imagine we're all on a Zoom room, and we're on a networking group, on a networking call with all these other networking people. Some we know, some we don't know. Or alternatively, we're having a one-on-one meeting with somebody. What's going to happen is My Most Trusted will detect that we're all on this group. If you're a user of My Most Trusted, it'll detect that we're all on the call. And while you're on the call and having a conversation, breakout room, one-on-one, whatever it happens to be, it's going to scan that person's trusted connections and pop up a little message that says, I've matched you. So let's say, for example, that you really want to meet your number one target audience is you want to meet architects in Toronto. What it will do is it'll scan not just the people in the room, but all their trusted connections. And it will say, Isaac knows 3 people that match that criteria. Don't know if he knows any architects in Toronto, but I'm just using you as an example, Isaac. So it says, so you've got 3, right? So it'll basically tell you who you can meet. So within a meeting. So in other words, what we're going to be doing is going from 2D to 3D. So to start MatchMe, which you can start now and start the matching process, a brand new feature which we have just launched is while you quietly working on LinkedIn or getting away and doing whatever you're doing, it's going to match you with a trusted connection quietly in the background. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to share my screen before we go to the breakout room, but I wanted to quickly see if I can show you.
Yeah, Scotty, before you do that, I just wanted to mention quite a lot of people looks like they don't actually have MatchMe done yet. So even though we will handle it privately in a breakout room, I think you need to take everyone through it because it looked like 3/4 of everyone haven't been using it yet.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I think what I'll do is I'll take you guys through MatchMe quickly, just so everybody knows. And also that means for the newcomers, when Cherie shows you how to install the browser extension and get set up just now, the first thing we want you guys to do is to get MatchMe. In other words, we want you guys to basically let us know, tell the system, right, who you want to meet. That's the power of the tool. Does anyone want to just quickly unmute? Who's a pretty good user of MatchMe? Sherry, do you use it? Who uses MatchMe pretty well?
I know you and I spent time on it, and I've been really bad at it. I haven't been doing it. I need to do it. I need another refresher. It's been crazy.
No, that's fine. Anybody here using it has been matched with anyone and booked an appointment, just out of interest? Anyone want to unmute? Colleen uses it. Colleen, do you want to quickly mention?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a game changer for me. So I don't know what you want me to talk about, but I use the MatchMe really to follow what other people are doing. So I go through the community chat and I look for people that are 8s, 9s, or 10s to what I'm looking for. And I change that up periodically because I'm also scouting for our members that are looking for solutions as well. So I've got a whole Google Doc of a lot of different MatchMe descriptions that I'll go in and change depending on what I'm searching for. For instance, just recently I was searching for experts in nonprofits. We have a lot of members who run nonprofits and they're always looking for solutions, whether it's grant writing, information on how to find paid board seats, lots of information within nonprofits. And I used the MatchMe feature just recently to look for experts in nonprofits and realized that actually we had several members that have expertise in that as well. So it's even been helpful for me to better understand the value that our members already bring.
That's a really great explanation. So I think the last question I want to ask there, Colleen, is have you booked appointments via referrals with people that you've been matched with?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's
Definitely.
so this is what we're doing. So if you have a look at what lead generation companies, I mean, if you go to a lead generation company, they're going to charge you a few $100s per appointment. If you get there via a warm referral, it's a game changer. I mean, it can really make a huge difference to your business. So what I'm going to quickly do is I just want to make sure if you've got MatchMe installed and it's working for you, great. Please can I ask you to do a quick while we're waiting, because you know this, do a quick 5-star rating on our Chrome store. You can just go to mymosttrusted.net, go to the Chrome store and give us a 5-star rating. That would really, really, really be helpful. I think we have about 165-star ratings at the moment, which is pretty good. But we do want more. And also for those of you that know, add a few trusted connections while you're waiting. So use this time now to start building your trusted connections. But it's so easy, guys. So when Cherie, for those newcomers, we'll show you how to get this installed. But what I want you to do is when you have My Most Trusted open, or your white labeled version, if you're part of one of our white labeled groups, you open My Most Trusted and you go to this little icon over here next to the 3 of them. It's a little menu. Now, just so you guys know, we are working very hard on updating our UI, UX. There's a lot of little changes, making it easy to use, making it a bit simpler. And one of the changes that's coming is this is going to be a row of icons, quick icons that you'll be able to quickly go pretty much anywhere. So that's coming soon. But just to let you guys know, there's some cool new features that are coming in. So if you just go to menu over here under this little menu icon and you just click Match Me, there are 3 questions that you can ask. So here we go. So for example, people I would like to meet should be located in, leave blank if worldwide. I'm just going to delete that because it's worldwide. You can say if you only want to meet people that are in Toronto or in the USA or in the USA and Canada only, or only in South America, you can do that. You can tell it where geographically you want to meet people, or you can leave it blank if worldwide. But this is the most important question. So I only want to meet people who are owners or managers of formal business clubs or business networking groups. Anyone who is not clearly one of these people should score below 5. Now, what I'm basically doing is I'm telling the system who I want to meet. So I meet people all the time anyway. This does not mean you're not going to meet other people. You're still going to meet. I meet tons of people. I have probably about 8 meetings a day. So I meet all kinds of people from all walks of life. But specifically, I want MatchMe to notify me if any of my trusted connections have a trusted connection who owns or runs a business networking group. That's my priority. And that's how I can update that. So what I want you guys to do is make sure, please go to My Most Trusted. Let's get it installed and work on that now. I'll give you a minute or 2 while I set up that breakout room. And if anyone needs any help with that, let's do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the newcomers, I'm going to set up the breakout room now, and Cherie's going to help me. But for the rest of you, can you just get MatchMe set up now? Because that is like, it really is a game changer. So let me just quickly open this breakout room. Okay, I'm going to call the breakout room Newcomers with Cherie. All right, so for those of you who know how to use a breakout room, you just go to the 3 dots at the bottom of Zoom, and there's a little button called breakout rooms. You can just assign to Cherie's breakout room. So you can pop into that breakout room now, and let's get you guys started with My Most Trusted if you haven't got it installed. The rest of you guys just get MatchMe going. Once you've done it once, it's going to start matching you with people around the world. It's epic. It's really great. So Cherie, do you want to jump into that breakout room? If you don't want to, or you don't know how to use a breakout room, quickly put your hand up now and I'll assign you. Who needs help getting into the breakout room to get started with Cherie? Yeah, I can see a few people are disappearing off. Normally there's 1 or 2 people that don't know, but it seems we've got an advanced crowd. I told you, this time of year, only serious people are coming to events like this. Dave, are you pretty comfortable with MMT? Do you need to go to a breakout room? You happy with it? Okay. Anyone else? Everyone else happy? Nathan, do you need to go? Nathan, are you... just put up your hand if you don't know how to go to a breakout room. Everyone going, I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Tell me who needs to go to a breakout room. Nigel, do you want to go to a breakout room? You can just nod your head. All right. I'm going to just quit. What was that? Sorry? Nigel Cliff, right? Sorry, that's Zoom makes this a little bit tricky to do this. I've just got to do it manually here, and then it keeps moving up and down. There, Nigel Cliff, right? Zoom. Nigel Cliff, I'm going to... Oh, okay, sorry, that's wrong. Okay, apologies, guys. Let me do this quickly. Nigel. Okay, so Rika and Nigel want to go to the breakout room. Oh, there we are. Nigel Cliff. Right, Nigel Cliff. You should have a little pop-up that comes in. Rika, I'm putting a little pop-up for you now. You should have a pop-up. Who else has their hand up? Sorry, who else needs to go to the breakout room to get started?
Hey,
Rika?
Scott, this is Juliet. There was a message in the chat asking if the breakout room is only just for learning my most trust, putting it into the Match Me, or is it?
And installing it. It's for newcomers, people who haven't used My Most Trusted at all and don't have it on and need some basic introductory lessons.
Cool.
All good. All happy to go. Matt, you sorted, you cool?
Yeah, I actually have a non-newbie question, but maybe it is. Is there a way of adding people to your MMT list from your contacts list, or do you have to go into their profile individually?
This is great. So this is why we have these get-togethers, so you can ask these kinds of questions. So the answer is yes, Matt. You can now actually get it from your LinkedIn page. So let me quickly, now that you guys are advanced, I want to tell you what's kind of happening. There's a bunch of cool new features coming. One of them is going to be when you're on a call, like for a video call like this, as I mentioned earlier, to some of you new, it's actually going to detect in the background who's on. So while you're on this call right now, it's going to know that you're on a Zoom call. My Most Trusted will pop up and it's going to start matching you with other people in the room and their trusted connections. Like this has never been done before. Like Colleen, I think for you and Tracy and the other owner, this is like, it's insane. So these are the kind of things that you're doing. So even when you're having a one-on-one meeting with somebody, while you're having that one-on-one, it's searching their trusted connections for somebody for you to be referred to and vice versa. So this is where these are the kind of things that we're going with that. All right. So Matt, I'm going to answer your question quickly. Matt's question was, is there a quicker way of adding a trusted connection? I'm going to close that one down and I'm going to show you. So the answer is yes. I think it's only coming in the new version, which will be up live in the next day or two. We're just testing it at the moment. But what you do is it might work now, actually. I'm not sure. If you go to My Network, there's a little My Network button.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So yes. LinkedIn, honestly. How's this $1 trillion company? I don't know. Okay. If you go to My Network, so for those of you looking at my screen, so a quick way to add trusted connections. If you go to My Network and then you go to connections, we've made it so you can add trusted connections from this list. See, there's these little buttons over here. Okay. So you can just scroll down and add them from this. You might have to scroll down for quite a bit, but you can. You'll also get notifications of trusted connections alert, even if they're not first degree. Now, a lot of people don't know this about LinkedIn. If you do a LinkedIn search, right, and you've got My Most Trusted installed, it will tell you if the person that you've just done a normal search on is already a user of My Most Trusted. So instead of reaching out with a cold message, you can reach out with a warm message. And it'll even tell you how you can get introduced to that person. So let's say, for example, Brian Vida, for example, let's pretend he wasn't a first degree connection. But if he wasn't a first degree connection, instead of me reaching out cold to Brian, it will notify me who else he knows in the network and help me reach out to him warm. Remember, guys, the goal of My Most Trusted is to eliminate cold outreach. I know it's a big ask and we'll get there one day. But if we can get rid of cold outreach, everybody is available via warm introduction only. And that's what's happening more and more in the world. More and more people are just refusing to have any meetings whatsoever unless they come from a warm introduction. So that's effectively what My Most Trusted does. So hopefully, I think it was Matt that asked a question. Does that help you?
Yeah, and just to let you know, I don't know if this is good feedback or not, but where I was at before was in my profile where I just clicked on like 500 connections, whatever. Apparently that's a different template for LinkedIn because I'm noticing that your thing didn't show up on that list, but it is when you go through My Network. So just
interesting. Okay, thanks. Yeah, good feedback. We always look for feedback. So as you guys know, it's a balancing act because we don't want to make it too easy to add trusted connections because we want the trusted connections to be genuine. Juliet, did you want to ask a question?
I did. I know I noticed like as you're out and you're speaking and sharing what my most trusted is about with different groups, I'll get a few requests to say, hey, I want to add you to my, to my most trusted. So my question is there an advantage to me being the one reaching out and adding them, or them being the one reaching out and add it to me? I kind of think of it as like when you're networking, it's like, here's my calendar link, who does it first kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that
So
question occurred to me.
beautiful question. It doesn't matter. Because you are already a first degree LinkedIn connection, you can only add first degree connections. So you've already done the handshake. There's no point in doing it a second time. Now, what's coming next year, guys, is we're going to start moving away from just LinkedIn. So as I mentioned before, My Most Trusted will appear on things like the web version of Zoom. We're looking at doing it with Teams. We're currently in discussions with other partners of other platforms that do video calls and conferencing. So My Most Trusted is not going to be this beholden to LinkedIn. So what will happen, we're starting to roll this out it'll definitely be released in the next version as a starting point, is you'll be able to do a search inside My Most Trusted, not in LinkedIn. Find people in My Most Trusted and add them as a trusted connection from My Most Trusted. So you don't have to go to LinkedIn at all into their first degree connection. So that's going to make it easier, and it starts to keep it a bit more within My Most Trusted, but as long as you always have to say, I trust this person and I know this person, and that person will obviously be notified. So the handshake is going to be natural, but that's going to make it a bit easier, because a lot of people have said to us, like, people think we're a LinkedIn plugin, like we're somehow completely, we're using LinkedIn's, no, we're completely separate. And there's a bit of a misconception out there. So when you do a search, you'll be able to do that on My Most Trusted, search our entire database and add trusted connections, obviously, that or trust. So if they're already in our network, there's no point in you going back to LinkedIn. But you can still use LinkedIn as well. So a lot of people have said to us, they don't really use LinkedIn very often. They don't want to use LinkedIn. They don't like using LinkedIn. So we're going to allow people and help people to come in outside of LinkedIn, which is really cool. And with the white labels, we're also going to be having them working on other websites as well. So there's some really exciting stuff coming. And this is one of the reasons we have this get together, is I can share some really cool stuff that's on the cards. Another cool feature that's coming really soon is it's going to actually, and this is going to be like super flippin' cool, is you will be able to, let me see if I can give you an example. There's some changes to our front end. Oh, looks like Cherie's, something happened to Cherie. Okay, I might have to bring everybody back. Sorry, guys. Cherie's looks like she's struggling, but let me just quickly show you what's coming, guys. I want to show you. Here we go. All right. So here's an example. I'm going to quickly share my screen. And so what we're going to be doing is there's going to be a UI UX change. So you see, like, a lot of people also get a bit irritated with the drop down. Sometimes it gets in the way, especially if you've got an older computer with a lower resolution. So this will still be here, but it's going to become less intrusive. And you're going to have these row of icons where you can do everything specifically from My Most Trusted itself, from the actual LinkedIn page. And the same thing is also going to happen. I don't have a demo of this, but the same thing is going to happen from the dashboard as well. So you're going to have a lot more control of how to add people. People don't even know that you can do personality tests within. I mean, it does a personality test based on their LinkedIn profile. So there's some really cool features that so many people don't know about that we want to start guiding you to. So the purpose of this kind of discussion is to show you what's coming in the future and get your feedback about some ideas as well. Emile, you've got your hand up.
Yes, Emily. Emily is a man. Emily. All right.
Emily, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Just a question. Match Me. Is it a paid feature or a free feature?
Ah, yes. Okay. So it's a free feature. The basic version is free, but if you want to, obviously it's limited because it costs us money each time. So I might as well reveal this to you guys now. So you can use it for free. If you use a white labeled version as well, you can run scoring for free. You can get 1 match per week using the free version as well. If you want unlimited match me. So this is a new feature that's coming that's only going to be premium. If you get to senior networker level on your Trustometer, I'll probably repeat this later for the people that come back. If you get to senior networker on your Trustometer, we're going to do a snap special. So instead of paying $72 a month for premium, you'll get it at $24. So the goal is to get you guys to senior networker level on the Trustometer, and then you can get it at a discounted rate, because that gives you unlimited access to all the ChatGPT stuff, unlimited access to MatchMe. So watch what's coming, guys. I'm going to quickly show you. Cherie, are you okay? Are you going into the breakout room?
No,
Where's your-
Scott, I don't know what happened with my internet. I'm so sorry. I don't know where everyone went. I don't know if it was a breakout room thing or my internet. I was gone for 5 minutes. I don't know what happened to everyone. I don't
They're
know
all
where
in the
they are.
breakout room. They're all in the breakout room. Go into the breakout room.
Okay, I can't see the breakout room anymore. Can you make me co-host again? I'm so sorry. Apologies for this. And I can't see where the breakout room is. It's not showing me. There we go. Thank you.
Can you get into
My
the breakout
goodness.
room now?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
No, it happens. I understand. Okay. So yeah, guys. So what I'm going to do quickly now is I'm going to show you. Sorry, guys. I was about to show you something. Oh yes, match me. All right. Now you guys are going to love this. So watch this. This is why match me is so important, because you fill out your match me and the system knows who you want to meet. If you know who your target audience is, you can get tons of meetings via referrals. It's super flippin' cool. So when you go onto search, okay, onto search. Now, this will be live in the next couple of days. We're just testing it at the moment. There's a button here called Match Me. So if you're on the free version, you will get 1 match per week which will automatically match you. It's very difficult for me to show you now, to demo it, because it only appears once a week. I can try it on my other profile, but I don't think it's going to. Oh yeah, it does. So this you get for free. So see, it says ready to be matched, finding your business match. You don't have to do anything. You can just be flippin' lazy. You don't have to search, and there, it's found me a match, an 8 out of 10. I can mouse over the 8 out of 10, and it tells me I can meet Fusen. Fusen is a trusted contact of my trusted connection, Anthony. I can push the request and introduction, and I will get an introduction to Fusen straight away. It's going to find a referral that matches my criteria on what I put into MatchMe. Okay. Coming soon, this is live now and works. Coming soon, if you go to the search, there's a new button here called Match Me. So this is only going to be for premium users. If you click Match Me, you can just do nothing. It's used the AI in the back end to search your trusted connections and find specific people that meet the criteria that you put into Match Me. It can take a little bit. It'll be a bit slow because it's got to now send it to ChatGPT. If you've got very strict and stringent criteria, it might take a while. So it depends on how strict your criteria is. But if we just give it a few minutes, we can come back a bit later, it'll match. I've just updated this now, and this is a test version. So hopefully in the next few seconds or minute or two, it'll come up. Juliet, you've got your hand raised in the meantime.
Yeah, so what if you have 2 types or 2 different target audiences? How would that work with this? Would you just
put them both into Match Me? Put them both in here. So for example, what I do is the way that I do it. So here's a bit of a tip for you guys. ChatGPT is not perfect yet. And over the coming months, it's just going to get better and better and better. So just say it in plain English. So, and I use negatives. So I basically tell it, score 0 if they're a financial advisor or in multi-level marketing or property industry. This is not because I don't like these people or I don't want to meet with them. I still meet with them, obviously. It's just because I have a very specific target audience, and I meet with these people all the time. So I basically say, I don't want to meet these kind of people, but score them 10 out of 10 if they own or run a business, networking club or group or community. So you can put as many target audiences as you like here, as long as you're clear in the way that you explain it so that the AI can understand it, if that makes sense. This is a demo version, guys. So I've got a demo version on my computer, and it doesn't look like it's matching. It looks like there's something wrong. I think Joe might be on, our developer might be on the call. He can maybe figure out why. So this is just I'm just showing you what's coming in the future. But what it will do is it'll actually match me and start giving me lists, but only if they are 7 out of 10 or higher. So it's a bit like the background finding me matches of my trusted connections without me having to do it. So Colleen, you're going to obviously go crazy for this. And there's a few of you that will. So once again, it all comes down to the trusted connections. Oh, there, it does seem to display. That does seem to work. We'll see if we can get it to work. I'm not sure why. But like I said, this is a demo version. It'll be tested and live next week. So yeah, guys, any other questions on that? So you see what's coming. Like, it's cool. It's really cool. I see there's a bunch of things in the chat here.
I have a question.
Yes.
So
Emily.
Thank you. I'm looking at my LinkedIn now, and it's suggesting that I have a connection that's matching 8 out of 10. So
Yes.
what's the step? I click on the
Right.
person. Like, I think that's where I'm stuck. Like, what's the next step?
Right. So in other words, in other words, once you've been matched, what happens next? So let me quickly show you. So let's say you've been matched. Let's not use Match Me right there for that new feature, but this
Sure.
feature's
Yeah.
live right now. So your connection, Matt Hampton, added Edwin, right? 7 out of 10. We're also going to be making it bold so you can see it clearer. Anybody who's 7 or higher will be bold, so it's easier to see. There's lots of these cool little features we're making easier for you guys, which are coming. So next to the 7 out of 10, there's an icon, and this icon will change to be clearer. Request an introduction. That's what you're looking for, Emily. Click request an introduction, and it will introduce you.
Okay.
Ask for that introduction. Yeah. Don't ever be shy to ask for an introduction. So this is one of the things we've been telling people. Never, ever be shy to ask for an introduction.
Okay.
It's so, guys, I can't tell you how amazing it is. It's like I don't use anything else really. I go to a few networking groups, because networking groups, they become your family from which to get this whole process started. And Match Me, it's like beautiful. It's like, it really works well. So yes, Colleen will testify. She meets tons of people through it. Tracy, you've got your hand up.
Thank you.
Okay. So to hit senior networker, I need to give 2 more recommendations. I need to do some golden things. Can you show me how to do that? I'm plugging through and I can't seem to find it, on my dashboard.
What I'd like to do, Tracy, with that, without going into too much detail and getting to specific, showing you, because other people kind of know,
Right.
if it's okay, I'm going to,
Okay.
there's a couple of, I can link to videos, and this goes
Yeah.
out to all of you guys as well. Okay, let me put this link in here. Just find the specific video.
Yeah.
It shows you how to do it, Tracy. I'm going to put it in there. There's the videos. Just find the video that you want. But there is stuff I do want to explain about this. First of all,
Okay.
I want you guys to know that we're available to help you guys one-on-one. So many of you have already met Gemma. Gemma's our international brand ambassador. She constantly trains people. She's always helping people one-on-one, how to hit that senior networker status. Because when you get to senior networker, we're going to be doing challenges and all kinds of things. That's where you want to be, because you get tons of rewards. We'll be creating a senior networker lounge, that sort of thing. But here's what's going to be happening. Not all of this is in the current version, but if you want to know what you need to do to get to the next step, is if you just open My Most Trusted and go to dashboard. Now, it might not be live yet because it's coming in the new version. It will say, to reach the next level, senior networker, you need to, and it'll tell you, give 2 more golden recommendations. And here's a help video that will take you to that exact video to help you reach the next level. So this should help you guys. So all you do is you go to your dashboard and it'll show you how to do that. Does that help you there? Tracy, will that help you? What I do want to mention is gold, the difference, what is a trusted connection and what is a golden recommendation? Okay, so a golden recommendation, right, is an extra special thumbs up that you give somebody that you really trust them, know them, and you've worked with them for a long time. So if you've met them and they're not a bot, they're a real human being, you can add them as a trusted connection. But however, if you really want to do something special, give them a golden recommendation. And the video shows you how to do that as well. It's really easy, guys. It's connected to to tagging. Cool. So Juliet, so guys, just to let you know, in the last 15 minutes, we'll go into breakout rooms for those that want to network, and meet some other fellow users. But for now, I want to take you through sort of answer questions, help you guys out, let you know what's coming in the future. Juliet also got a question.
I know I talk a lot.
Not as much as me.
Two things. One, this is like awesome. I tipped my toe into the Match Me feature, and I'm like so excited. I'm over the moon with just this whole network. Thank you, because your brilliance in putting this together is just like, when I start thinking about it, it just blows my mind. So I want to thank you for that. And then I do have a question. Let's say, because if we think about this like in a live scenario where we know people, we may meet somebody and say, okay, I really believe that you are a trusted person that I can refer to. But down the road, maybe there's something nefarious about him. You're like, wait a minute. Is there a way to remove them from your network?
Yes, absolutely. So there's two things. One of them is easy, and there's another one that a lot of people don't know. And this is also going to take you through what's coming in later versions. All right, so I'm going to quickly share my screen. So these questions are great because they lead me into helping you with what's to come. By the way, we just hit 27,000 now, so we're growing beautifully. All right, so what you do is when you go to the search button and you make sure your search is reset, so you're searching first degree. Okay, let me not use this one. Actually, sorry, let me use this one rather. There we go. If you go to the search and you go to your first degree search, all right, like this, and you go and you find, and these are your list of all your trusted connections. You'll notice there's a couple of icons at the bottom here, and these icons will become clearer, and we're doing some UI work, interface work on this. The middle button is contact details. All right, and the right button is remove connection. Click it, it'll remove it for both of you. They will no longer see your trusted connections. So you can remove somebody as a trusted connection anytime you want. However, if you do feel they're a little bit dodgy, go to this button over here, which is the middle icon, the edit button. And there's a button up here called blindfold. What that does is it keeps them on your list, but it blindfolds them and they can't see your trusted connections, and it blocks them from being able to access your connections. This is a little feature that a lot of people don't know about, and why we have these get-togethers, because it helps people really understand some of these extra features. Now, one thing that is happening now, which is a couple of new features, we're going to be creating more of a profile. So, for example, I've got Nicola's details. Oops, sorry, I've just made Nicola's data available. It's not very data private of me. Sorry, Nicola. She's wonderful, though. You can chat to her. Big punt for Nicola. She's a great communications lady in South Africa. She's wonderful. There you go. Thanks in exchange for letting me use you as a guinea pig. Let's rather use Cherie, though, in future. It'd be a bit better to do that. So what's going to happen? Okay, so if I'm just going to use Cherie because she's a better example. And I took her off because I wanted to demo how to add a trusted connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add her as a trusted connection quickly. And for those of you who want to reach out to Cherie, you're welcome to. Just search for Cherie Leone. I'm going to add her as a trusted connection quickly. By the way, if you re-add somebody a second time, it will remember the tags if they've got any tags. They're not on there now, but it will remember that. Okay. One thing I wanted to show you, which I was too quick to, what it also does is it now defines what a trusted connection is. But what's going to happen right now, you guys might not know this, but you should if you're an advanced user. It would be great for the other people to come back to listen to this. But we're going to be creating an actual profile and merging this together. So your trusted connections, we're going to have their photograph, their names, descriptions, how many, if they've got any golden recommendations and who gave them. We've got profile summary and their personality summaries as well, based on disc profile and Myers-Briggs, this sort of thing. You can ask ChatGPT to write them a message. So all the stuff is available, but we're going to turn this into a profile and put contact information and make it all onto one page. So in other words, everybody, just like you have a LinkedIn profile, like this is Cherie's LinkedIn profile over here, we're going to create a summarized My Most Trusted profile. as well. So everybody will have a My Most Trusted profile where we've just summarized it and simplified it. So it's not going to be designed to replace LinkedIn, but it's designed to give everybody a profile where they can see personality summaries and all that sort of thing. So this is one of the new features that's going to be coming up in Q1 next year as well. It's already there. The data's already there. It's just a bit higgledy-piggledy because, you know, if you've got to search for their personality here, and then you've got to go into here to look at their contact information. It's kind of all over the place. And you can only access it from the search. You will soon be able to access it from their LinkedIn profile page as well. So these are some really cool, like, just ways that we're starting to bring My Most Trusted into its own. But it still comes down to getting recommendations and making those connections. Sorry, guys, there's definitely a few people on here and a few questions. Yes, Will, about the Jane's white label extension. I can't remember what it was. What was it? Did we have to chat about? What was that, Will? That question, and then we'll.
Oh yeah, we talked about it, and it was that Jane's extension wasn't going to be updating as frequently as the main app. And
can you just repeat that? Sorry, you're a bit quiet.
Sorry.
There we go. That's better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you had mentioned before that Jane's app or the white label wasn't going to update as frequently as the main app.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what Will's currently using a white labeled version, or he wasn't sure if you should use the core version or a white labeled version. If you are part of a networking group, and that networking group is using a white labeled version of My Most Trusted, we do recommend that you use the white labeled version because you can get access to the members and the club and all that only applies to that particular networking group. So you can uninstall the core version and use that one. Now, Will, what happens is we roll out new features first on the core version and then roll them out to the white label version. And that lag can be 6 to 8 weeks. So that is a consideration. That is something to keep in mind. We kind of tested getting all working on one version and then we roll it out to the white labeled versions. So that's a good question, Will. So while we do prefer using the white labeled version, you are going to be on a lag with the new features. But Will, you are so advanced, my friend, so advanced that you can just install both. And you can actually hide the one that you can hide the white label when you're not using it.
Just by disabling the extension?
No, not by disabling it. There's actually a little button. Let me quickly show you guys. What happens if you've got a white labeled version installed. I don't have a white labeled version installed right now. But just pretend this was the white labeled version. Click on it, right? Click on the actual extension icon. There'll be a button at the bottom that says hide. Hide this extension and show it. And you can show and hide it when it only works with the white labels, not the core. So if you've got a white labeled version, you can hide it and show it. Some people belong to like 3 or 4 different networking groups and they don't want 3 or 4 different things on there. So they can just hide them when they're not using it. So there's a nice little advanced feature. Guys, I'm in your hands. I would like to bring everybody back and and look at doing some networking. Do you guys want to do a bit of networking or do you want to carry on with this discussion? You tell me. Who votes networking? Ooh, what's that, like only like 3 or 4, hey? So do you guys want to carry on the discussion? Oh, wait, now suddenly, yeah, when they decide their vote's not counting, everyone wants to put up.
Scott, I have a quick question. I have a one-off question. So while we've been here, I did a couple introductions and the post is not popping up.
Yeah, Joe, we've noticed that, hey, it's something's changed within LinkedIn. It's not our side. Okay, this is a pain, but if LinkedIn decides they want to make a change, then there's nothing we can do about it except fix it and roll out a new version. So yeah, I've noticed that as well. There have been some issues. Gemma's noticed it. Joe's actually just now somebody said thank you. Who was it? Somebody said thank you. I actually want to thank Joe. Like, he's the developer. Somebody thanked me. It's not me, it's my team. And especially Joe. So you can definitely give a big thank you to Joe. Based in Kenya. Joe's in Kenya.
Yes.
So yeah, so he's obviously the superstar behind the coding and everything behind My Most Trusted. So yes, so we'll fix that, guys. Unfortunately, if you do see a bug that mysteriously appears, it's usually not a bug in our system. It's LinkedIn has made a change, and that has caused My Most Trusted to glitch. And then we just find it, we detect it, we fix it, we roll it out. When we roll out a new version, it can take 24 to 48 hours to update on your computer.
And did you talk to Joe about the issue you and I discussed that you saw? Remember the slowness?
Yes, that's been fixed. That should be fixed now. I
Nope.
don't know, Terry. I don't know why it's happening on your
I
computer.
don't either.
Yeah, it's just your computer, hey. Maybe
I guess.
yeah. Maybe it's worth setting up a chat with Joe sometime. And you
Okay.
can actually show him. We'll make a video and show him.
What is Joe's last name?
Ogway. Joe, if you're there, could you put your LinkedIn profile or just pop Sherry a private message and just put your email address? It's joe@mymosttrusted.net. It's quite an easy J-O.
Buddy,
Yes,
has
Sherry,
everyone
how'd it go?
Yeah, well, you cut us short. I was just getting to the exciting part.
Which is what?
Showing them how I was rushing through it. I hope they got it. Guys, I'm so sorry, and especially for the fact that I disappeared for half the time. But I was just about to show you how to add a trusted connection. And I think you got all of that. That message that pops up, it's not mandatory for you to send. That's where I was trying to get to when we were totally removed from our beautiful comfort womb and brought back to the mothership, is that you don't have to send that message, but it is a bit of a heads up. When you add someone as a trusted connection, it's nice for them to know. They don't need to know you've added them to your own little inner circle of, it's like as if you have your own Google list of people or Excel spreadsheet and you're just adding your lovely little circle of people that you love and trust the most. You could be putting it there, but you're putting it in My Most Trusted. And obviously, because that facilitates a whole lot of other things, obviously you do it there. You don't have to send that message, but I highly recommend you do. That's all I wanted to say on that point.
Well, you guys are just going to have to come to the next event. So I'm sending you guys two things. So first of all, sorry about that, Sheree. I know there was a bit of an issue to bring you guys back. Just choose the video that works. So I'm sending you, there's a YouTube link. They've got all the videos that are going to show you how it works. Just pick the one that says how to add a trusted connection. We're also making it easier. And the reason for these get-togethers is because you guys can learn some of the new features that are coming, what we're doing in the future, and the really cool stuff that's on its way. But what you want to do is get to Senior Networker, guys, because we haven't made this public yet. But if you get to Senior Networker, you don't have to pay the $72 for a month for premium. We're going to offer, you'll have a quick flash special where you can get it at $24 and you get unlimited use of the AI. You know, it costs us money every single time we send this out. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys, because it's quite a cool, it's getting to Senior Networker is a good idea. It'll take you an hour to an hour and a half. It'll take you 15 minutes to get to Junior Networker and an hour to an hour and a half to get to Senior Networker. And once you've got to Senior Networker, you'll be an advanced user. We're starting to get even super connectors coming through now, which is pretty cool. Okay, guys. So the reason why I always want people to meet. We've got an ace group of people here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everybody into a couple of breakout rooms so that you can network. I think everybody voted yes to do networking. How does that sound, guys? Do you want to finish the last 10 minutes and meet some other users? Sound good? All right, so I like to do about 4 per room, and there are 30 of us, 29, 28, 7. I'm going to create 7 random breakout rooms. How does that sound, guys? I'm going to delete 7, assign automatically. And go. All right, guys, everybody, you should be assigned to a random breakout room. Pop into that room now and do a bit of networking. Talk, just say hello, get to know each other, make new friends. We'll see you back in 8 minutes. Zoom recording. All right, guys. So I'm putting the link to the next event. I put that in the chat for those of you. I know some of you guys have got to go, which is fine. If you want to stay on a bit longer, that's great. I wanted to mention to you guys, next year is the year of partnerships. This is awesome. Now we are doing we do small deals with small networking groups, and we do big deals with some really big networking groups and with some quite big players coming on board next year. Now, why is that important for you? Well, it's important for you because it means that when larger networking groups white label our product and they roll it out to their members and their members start using it to build their trusted connections, well, what it means is that with the right training from you guys, and if you guys want to become premium, you can start actually connecting with those people as well. So as long as you don't reach out to people cold, if you see somebody in a target audience, and it could be a difficult to find person, let's say, for example, it's a senior product developer at Microsoft, right? And you've been trying to get into Microsoft for ages. And there's a senior product developer of Microsoft. That person may not be a user of My Most Trusted, but they can be a trusted connection of one of the members of one of those white labeled networking groups. Now, as you start to learn the more advanced features and you start really getting into it, you'll be able to then meet that person in that network, be introduced to them, and then they will introduce you to that person. So what we're doing is we're creating a mindset that is, if you're not a spammer and you're not a hard seller and you warmly want to build relationships wherever you go, you will find your way into some incredible meetings. And that's something that we're exploring. So we've got some big, I hate to predict, but I think by the time first quarter ends next year, we will have doubled our user base and our trusted connections based on the partners that are coming on board next year. So how exciting is that? Which is really cool. Yeah. So some really, really good stuff. Beautiful, guys. Cherie, thank you for running the breakout rooms and everything. Does anyone want to do, look, I've got a bit of extra time. Does anyone want to do one more random breakout room? Or are you guys done? If you want to leave, guys, thank you so much.
I got to rock and roll,
Been
man.
amazing.
Thanks again.
No problem, Matt. Thank you, guys.
Take
If
care.
anybody wants to hang around and do a last bit of networking, I know there's some serial networkers out there that want to meet some people. Hang around. Otherwise, thank you so much, guys.
Yes, Scotty, I'm going to go as well. Thanks so much. We'll chat soon.